Hello and welcome everybody to Filmmaker IQ Live. Today we have a great show for you guys. This is our second episode and our first ever holiday show. This is really great, really exciting. Before we begin the festivities, I just want to apologize for the last show. We had some audio issues, and I've been promised that things have worked themselves out. Isn't that right, Tim?
Yeah, everything looks good from my end, John.
Very good. Okay, so how's it sound over there, Joe?
Hey, everybody, the mic is working great. John, I think everything's going to be A-okay on this episode.
No, what's going on?
I'm working on it.
What's happening to the signal?
People of Earth, we are taking over this sausage fest until you meet our demands. 1 million hot dogs. Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot
dogs.
dogs. Hot 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 dogs.
Just start the show. Hey guys!
Hey, welcome everybody.
Welcome. We're here at Filmmaker IQ. Welcome to the show, guys.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. You guys all know my friend Joe here is on the co-host seat here. Joe is. Let's get a shot of Joe there. Why don't you add?
Well, you know,
There you go.
you want a close-up of John always.
You
The
always on me.
beautiful John Hess. We always have to have a shot of him. He is necessary and just
I'm posing.
adorable.
There we go.
Adorable.
Adorables.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that,
All
guys.
right, now we've got on our audio board back there. Hopefully he's not being attacked by aliens. Tim!
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Say hi to Tim. All right, and then we've got over on the editing board, and Chris, go ahead and pan over there. There's Eddie. Ed's running the switcher board for us, and Chris, who is on camera, can't be seen. Oh, he's going to try to.
He's going to try to be seen.
All right, go.
There he is.
There he is. Chris is running.
Hi.
Look at that beard.
Yes.
Yep.
That is very good. All right, guys, we do have a live Q&A session coming, just to prove that it is live. The Holiday Brony says, you miss everything.
Did we miss everything?
I don't know. I just took it completely out of context, because I wasn't paying attention to the conversation so far.
I don't know.
You know, we're trying to run a show here, guys. I mean,
Josh said, what did I miss? Thus
Nothing
far,
yet.
you know, not too much yet.
Nothing yet.
All right.
Well, you know, we had some issues this month. My computer yesterday decided it would just die.
Yep.
Literally die. The hard drive's fine.
Yeah, Thor just couldn't handle
My
it.
computer is called Thor Lab.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's called Thor Lab is because the case is called Thor, and I thought that was a cool name.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I turned it on, and it's deadlined. It served me for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Probably need time for a new computer.
Yep.
But
That motherboard just kind of went.
motherboard's kind of dead.
Yep.
So
we'll build a new one.
luckily, I had everything on backups. We do daily backups of everything, so I was able to do everything on the laptop, get all the assets for this show finished and ready to go for today.
Yeah.
Without much of a hiccup, actually. Just
Yeah,
it was
not
pretty
too bad. I
smooth
mean,
trailing.
we could have been worse, but
Could have been a lot.
And we got
worse.
through it.
So, Joe, what's up with you, man?
Well, I'm gonna actually just be kind of like a special guest. I'm gonna actually have to head to the mall.
What?
Our family does this special Santa thing every Christmas, and I did not get my cousin a Christmas present.
Why not,
yet.
man?
We've been so busy that I just haven't had the time. So I'm gonna actually have to head to the mall. I'm gonna leave you to kind of.
Well, before you do that, now I wanted to keep this kind of a surprise
Okay.
for everybody, but
Surprise.
I got ourselves a new module for this desk.
Oh, really?
And it allows us to travel places
All right.
behind the desk.
Okay, I'm
You
down.
game for it? Okay.
I'm game.
So let me go ahead and get it out here. This is the magic device here, and it goes right on the table here, just like that. All right, all set. Come on board. Come on board here.
All right, hey, look at this.
He's got the driving module installed. You know, it's ready to go.
Yep, looking
all right.
good.
IKEA thinks of everything, right? Here we go. Start it up. All right, here we go. All right, that's good. All right.
No, Tim, no!
Oh. Oh, no.
It'll be all right. Walk it off, buddy. All right.
All right, so you got to get a gift.
Yep.
All right, so where do you want to go?
I would assume, yeah, the mall.
Mall. Okay, that's a good place to go. Let's go to the mall.
All right.
Oh, you think you're going to find Star Wars toys in the mall, though?
We're getting close to Christmas, but
I guess so.
To look, right?
Star Wars is kind of like a minor thing. Not many people are into Star Wars these days. Well, you might get lucky.
Hopefully we'll be able to find something.
Oh, wait.
Oh, he's got one. He's got that
hold on.
thing.
Hey, dude, where'd you get that Porg?
At the toy store. It's the last one.
Oh, no, okay. Well, all right, I got an idea. Okay.
All right, you got an idea? All right.
First of all, Zen.
Okay.
All right, just act normal.
Okay.
Just act normal. Okay.
All right.
Just two guys driving a desk down the mall.
Yep. All right.
All right.
You know what I saw? Cocoa.
Cocoa? Oh, that sounds great. I love hot chocolate.
That's not what but cocoa's good. I mean, I like cocoa too. It's cold night.
It's Christmassy, right? It's fun. Okay,
Right.
just look back normal. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah. Grab it!
Oh, I got it. Okay.
All right, let's get on. Come on, desk. Don't fail me now.
Come on.
Oh,
He's still behind us, dude.
I think we need some more power. We need some more power.
I got an idea.
All right, hit these buttons.
There we go. Oh, man.
That thing's powerful.
That is. We gotta be careful about that.
I think we're in space,
Yeah, I
dude.
think so too.
What the heck?
What is that?
Okay.
Well, all right.
Well,
we're in space. We can explore space.
you could look at the majesty of God's creation.
Yeah, planets, galaxies,
Yeah.
black holes.
I don't know. Let's just go back to Earth. Let's look at
Yeah.
some Christmas lights. It's Christmas time.
Yeah, let's go to New York.
New York sounds good.
All right, ready? Oh, I didn't even know this had a flying feature.
Oh yeah, we're in the Hudson River. Or
Yep.
front of the Hudson. Okay,
All right, I
very
think
good.
it's like down that way over there.
Where are we going? Rockefeller?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put the coordinates in here. Get the landing lights going.
All right, ready?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I don't think we need the easy button. Not quite yet.
No,
this
I
is
think
an easy
this is an
landing
easy
here.
one.
And,
All right, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. It's missing.
Feels like I'm missing something. Right?
Yeah, the golden statue.
The golden naked dude. Yeah, the guy's skating around.
Yeah,
like
where's
a-
the ice skate? Wait a minute. I just saw that guy before.
You're not kidding.
No.
This show, we're that cheap. We can't afford better stock footage than this.
I don't know. Well, he's
wait.
Ready? Wait for
There
it.
he is again! There he is
he
again! Oh my
All right,
gosh.
well, let's
Go
get a little
someplace.
closer.
Get closer to the studio and hang out here. Ready?
Oh, that is so powerful.
Oh, we're in Riverside, California.
Yeah.
My alma mater here.
Festival of Lights.
Mission Inn.
Yep.
Beautiful place, Mission Inn, Riverside,
Amazing
California.
place. Look at all these.
Wow.
Let's get closer to home.
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
This is Bainbridge Falls. This is very close to our studio. Entire neighborhood completely synced to Christmas Christmas music.
Dude, maybe back
hold
there.
on.
All right,
Okay.
back in space. Oh my gosh. All right.
Dude, all right.
Whoa.
All right, you know what? I had a lot of fun. Let's
Yeah.
get back to the studio. I'm sure the guys are expecting us.
Yeah,
We got a show to keep going, so.
All right, ready?
Ready? Let's do it.
All right, there we go. All right, hey Tim, you feeling better?
Hey, Tim, you feeling better?
Funny, guys.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh man.
Oh, shoot. Let's back up and see if he's okay.
I don't know if we should back up. He might go. Oh! Okay. Oh god. Oh, that was not good. He's still breathing. All right. I think we should probably
I think we should go to commercial. Let's go to commercial. We'll be right back after this message from Filmmaker IQ.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there. I didn't hear you enter. You've saved me from yet another Michael Bay film. You know, the one with the explosions. They're so dreadfully boring, and there's nothing to do on the interwebs these days. Now, my true passion is to direct a film of my own. But how? If only there were a site of some sort that could quench my thirst for filmmaking knowledge. Why, hello, little saxophone-playing man. What's that you say? There's a site called FilmmakerIQ.com filled with courses on filmmaking and film history? A pantheon of filmmaking knowledge? Surely such a site would cost a fortune, and my vast purse would surely blush. Right. Free, you say? Right. And the Illuminati are covertly managing the 5 major global banks, using carefully timed transactions to fund a propaganda machine in hopes to incite a perpetual war between the mole people and the lizard oligarchy, leaving humanity in the crossfire and the planet a pan-nuclear wasteland. I'm sorry. We were supposed to keep that one to ourselves. Well, I know where I'll be spending the rest of the night. On FilmmakerIQ.com. You'll have to excuse me. I'm sure you can let yourself out.
All right, wow. I think I picked the
Hey,
wrong
come on
week
board
to
here.
start.
All right,
It's
hey,
got,
look at that.
it's got the driving module installed, you know, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
All
Whoa,
right,
good.
I
What?
can't think of
No,
everything,
no.
right? Here you go.
Yeah.
Start it up.
Well, I think I had a
there.
like Robitussin flashback there.
I know. Yeah,
it's
right?
crazy.
That's like eggnog and tussin. And,
Yeah, this is a crazy
oh,
Christmas.
boy. Anyhow, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to the ad corner.
Sponsor corner.
Sponsor corner.
We want to thank our sponsors for this show. By the way, real quick before we go to that, yes, chat, we are going to do a Q&A later, so stick around for that. And you guys are very entertaining. All right, so let's go to the sponsorship corner. This month's sponsor is the greenroom.io. We got to thank you guys for sponsoring us. The brainchild of an indie filmmaker, Costa Nikas, and an app creator, Pete Lord, the Green Room was created to change the way that films are made by improving the way filmmakers connect, communicate, collaborate, and find the right project, gig, or crew that suits your ambition, budgets, production needs, tastes, and passion. Now, since their launch in July, the Green Room has had thousands of filmmakers, including directors, DOPs, editors, gaffers, makeup artists, writers, production assistants, actors, etc., having joined their community from over 50-plus countries. So whether you're new to the industry or an experienced professional, you can join today for free, and create your profile that is designed for the specific needs of the industry. You can apply for jobs, and they'll help you progress your career, and you can post ads for talent and crew for your next project. They also review hundreds of projects which have been created by members, and you can build a network by connecting with other professionals across the globe. But this is the best part. All right, to further support indie filmmakers, the Green Room created the Filmmaking Fund. All right, the Filmmaking Fund is going to award grants totaling $50,000 to indie filmmakers to complete your passion project. Winners will be judged by a 6-member international jury, including HBO Television Media and Production Vice President Stefan Barris and Red Dog Director Kriv Stenders. I hope I'm getting any of those names even close to correct. I'm not known for perfect pronunciation of names. Sorry about that. It is free to enter and free to apply for the fund. And the only requirement is that you have to be a member of the Green Room to showcase your project. The more short films, the more indie films we have, the more healthier our industry is. But networking and financing those films can be challenging. The Green Room team wants to make that easier for you guys and bring your project to life. And the Green Room would like to thank us for the work that we're trying to do here at Filmmaker IQ. And I would say just please check out these sponsors. Go ahead and download the app on iOS, on Android. It's free. And check out that Filmmaking Fund, because that sounds like a great opportunity for next year to do. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. TheGreenRoom.io. All right, we're almost at our live Q&A session.
Almost.
So get those questions ready. I know one of you guys has already.
I've seen some questions flying up, and I've been trying to remember them, but we're
not going to remember. Just get them ready. Get them ready.
Yeah.
How's the chat going over there? I mean, you're monitoring over there. What do you think, Tim?
Seems to be going pretty well. Again, guys, keep your questions coming. I'll try and keep them remember them as best I can.
That's
Very
we
good.
should have gotten paper and pen.
Well, being that it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. Porg is a good reminder here.
Yep, he's right here.
When it's Christmas time, there'll be a new Star Wars movie.
Yep.
That's how we know. What's your guys' favorite Star Wars? What's your guys' favorite Christmas movies? Is it like Die Hard? You guys like Die Hard?
Mine's
Rare
Home
Exports?
Alone.
Night of the
Alone.
Hunter? You guys like Night of the Hunter? Anybody? No.
I've never seen it.
You never seen Night of the Hunter? I should show you that one. It's a good movie. It does qualify as a Christmas movie.
Really?
Tim, what about you? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
You know, I've always been partial to Elf or
Elf,
to Bad Santa, but, you know, the classics are also good, too.
Very good. Well,
Way to not be narrow, Tim.
Yeah,
we said one, you chose two, but that's all right.
But you know what my favorite
Cheating.
Christmas movie is?
What's that?
It's Miracle on 34th Street. I love that movie.
Okay.
Now, I also have a personal tie to that movie.
Oh, you now.
The director called me in and said, "Hey, I need a guy to play this role. Just go ahead and do it, and I'll pay you some bucks." And yeah, I was in Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we have a clip of that.
You have a clip?
We have a clip. Do we have that
Okay,
clip ready
I'm
yet?
down to see it. Let's roll the clip.
Let's take a look at Miracle 34th Street.
Well, here's a list of toys that we have to push, you know, things that we're overstocked on. Now, you'll find that a great many children will be undecided as to what they want for Christmas. When that happens, you immediately suggest one of these items. You understand?
I certainly do.
Good. Now, you memorize that list, and I'll... Oh, no, I'll tell you. When you've finished, come up to the 7th floor. I'll be waiting for you.
Imagine making a child take something it doesn't want just because he bought too many of the wrong toys. That's what I've been fighting against for years, the way they commercialize Christmas.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad isms out there. Communism, fascism, totalitarianism, modernism, cubism, Calvinism, veganism, botulism. The worst of them all is commercialism.
And what should I do with these?
Put the trash can like a regular person. If you want to piss me off, go ahead and throw it on the floor. Hey, what you doing, Santa Claus? Come on. I gotta work here. Give me a break.
Well, here's a list of toys that we have to...
Well, I can't...
You know...
Hold on.
Hold on.
Here's a list
Got a
of
little too
toys
much
that we
eggnog
have to...
going on
Yep,
there.
yep. The Christmas party was right before this,
Yeah.
so
There's
anything
a little
can
too
happen.
much nog going
yep,
on
a little
there.
too much nog going around.
I can't believe they cut me, though.
You know what? I have to say that was really well done.
Yeah, well,
your
of course it
performance,
was. It was
like,
Oscar
your
worthy.
isms,
Yeah.
like, I mean, coming up with that many,
I had 500
like,
more
off the fly.
isms off of my head. They just had me roll.
They just had you
It was like
go.
a Judd Apatow film. It was just like go. And they just took like the best 20 of them.
Okay.
But they said they cut it because of sound issues. It didn't sound right. It's the story of our life around here, right?
Yep,
It's
that
always like
is-
the freaking sound is always
the
getting
sound
us.
is always the bane of
Well,
our
I'm
existence.
glad I got that off my chest. I know it's a hidden secret in my own world. You
All
know?
right, well, if you're going to get one off your chest, I might as well. I was in a very big cult classic.
You were?
Yeah. It's a Wonderful Life. Have you heard of
Why
it?
didn't you bring this up during rehearsal?
I was going to, but
I
then
swear.
but then you brought yours up, and I was feeling awkward. I was like, oh, I don't want to try to upstage
do you
him.
happen to have a clip of this?
We
thing, too?
do. Luckily, I was.
Ed, did you get a clip of this already? You have a clip of this ready?
I think he does. I mean, if Ed, can you show that? Let's just throw it up there. Let's.
If yeah, is
Before. $8,000.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter. Well, good morning, Mr. Potter. What's the news?
Oh, well, Harry Bailey wins Congressional Medal. That wouldn't be one of the Bailey boys. You just can't keep those Baileys down. Now, can you, Mr. Potter?
How does Slacker George feel about that?
Very jealous, very jealous. He only lost 3 buttons off his vest. Of course, Slacker George would have gotten 2 of these medals if he had gone.
Bad ear.
Yes. After all, Potter, some people like George had to stay at home. Not every heel was in Germany and Japan.
Morning, Mr. Bailey. You forgot something, didn't you? You forgot the money. You lost the money. You forgot it. Aren't you going to make a deposit? Normally, you bring money with you, you dip.
Oh, shucks.
Let me guess, you gave the money to my asshole boss.
Bailey.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that every time you look at those pockets, you're gonna somehow mystically find that money that you lost because you gave it to my boss. You put it in the newspaper like an idiot. I was literally watching you do it. Go cry home to your friggin' nephew. Maybe he'll kill himself and it'll be a Christmas miracle. So you don't have to friggin' shame. I mean, friggin' classic Uncle Billy horse.
Wow.
They cut it because I was a little rowdy. I was really excited.
I mean, you took a beloved holiday classic and really.
Oh yeah, I upped the rating.
Up the rating quite a bit there.
They were not pleased about it.
And there was like a certain part of it where they didn't fully render the whole thing.
Oh no! At one point they just were like, you know what?
Screw this
This
thing.
is terrible. They hired some other guy who was
like
just all
nobody too. It's like off a lot.
Some goody guy who was just gonna kowtow to Uncle Billy, losing $8,000.
$8,000, but in those times,
which translates now to about $110,000 he lost.
It's amazing.
He literally lost a house.
Amazing how good you look for your age.
I know. I'm really
aged that far.
I'm really keeping it moisturized.
You're like what is that? Immortal.
Not immortal.
Not kind of immortal.
Yeah, I mean when you got a time machine.
Yeah, but a lot of cursing involved in that.
Yeah,
I can kind of see why.
I understood. Like the second it was done, I knew this wasn't
I'm so
happen.
glad that there is nobody else in this room that could possibly have another Christmas movie that they happen to be in. That there's absolutely zero people in this room that could possibly have one, right?
Yeah, no one else.
No one. I think this bit's over, right?
Nobody else.
No.
Did I hear something?
Tim
said something?
Yes, I was also in a Christmas film.
Tim was in a Christmas film?
It sounds like it. What Christmas film were you in?
Some small one you guys probably never heard of called Christmas Story, something like that. I don't know. I guess. All right, Ed, roll the clip.
Let's get that queued up there.
I think everybody's heard of it, but let's roll. Let's see it.
Do you know where Flick is? I said, has anyone seen Flick? Yes, Esther Jane.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Today's just about like taking Christmas movies and making them all R-rated, basically.
Yeah. Those kids must have been traumatized.
Look, in all fairness, my profanity came straight from the heart. It was an extremely painful situation.
I imagine so.
You know, I'm not doubting it. I feel like we hurt these movies.
Yeah, I think so. I think we should move on and try to forget that last segment happened.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. All right, one final plug for FilmmakerIQ.com. Hey, every once in a while people ask us, hey, do you guys have a website? And I said, yeah, we do. It's FilmmakerIQ.com. I say it in every video. And I sometimes get the comments saying, hey, what's that guy's name? He's kind of weird looking, right? And
he's kind of weird looking.
My name's John. I say it in every video.
You could have been talking about me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's the sexy stallion going on.
Yeah, there you go.
Italian stallion. Anyhow, FilmmakerIQ.com. Check us out. We've got courses. All the videos have courses with all kinds of goodies on there. But I want to show you guys one thing, and that's our dailies section. Our dailies is something I think is rather fun. Every day we do 5 questions on something that happened on the day. And today, being December 20th, is the 21st anniversary of the very first DVD to go on sale in Japan in 1996. So, I got a quiz for you guys. And we can play with the chat, because I can see you guys on chat today.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit the quiz there. First question. That's just the title screen there. Let's go to the first question. How many films were available on DVD on December 20th, 1996? How many films were available that very first day of sale? Let's take a poll around the room here. What do you say, Joe?
I'm going to go with 20.
20 on there. How about Tim? What do you think?
I'd probably go around 15.
15? Chris, you're not with the mic, but tell Tim what you think.
I think it's about 35.
35 over there?
35.
Do we have any? Did I give the chat long enough to catch up with our timing?
Yeah, we can give him a couple of seconds here to catch up.
7.5 says, I can't pronounce that name. I can't pronounce names, dude. You're going to give me that name and make me pronounce it?
Somebody else said 200, 13.
13, 1, 69, 7, 300. Wait, you Sears add 2? I have no idea what that means. Okay, well, that's enough answers. The answer, you ready for it? Roll it, Ed. 4. 4 movies were available in 1996. The movies, I believe, were Blade Runner, The Assassin, which is as known in North America. I want to say Fugitive and The Eraser, I think. And actually, we're going to show you the clips of those movies. So there's Blade Runner, obviously the very first one. Let's go on to the next question. By the way, this fulfills our educational requirement.
There you go.
So we get our educational requirement there, right? All right. Prior to finalizing the DVD format, there were 2 emerging optical disc formats. One was Super Density Disc, the SD disc, supported by Toshiba, Time Warner, Matsushita Electric, Hitachi, Mitsubishi Electric, Pioneer, Thomson, and JVC. What was the original acronym for the other camp, supported by Sony and Philips? Your options are VCD, DVOD, MMCD, or VD.
I'm going to go MMCD.
MMCD says Joe. What about you guys out there?
I'm going to go DVOD.
DVOD is what Tim says.
I think it's VCD.
VCD.
Because that stands for video CD.
VCD says Chris. What does the chat say? Did I give the chat long enough to?
I don't know. It's about what, 30 seconds?
It's quite a bit.
We have one for DVOD.
All right.
So.
I know you. Well.
Let's see.
Did you like the new Blade Runner? Well, we're going to talk about that in a second.
MMCD, VCD. Looks like everybody's going VCD so far.
Everyone's going for VD. Everyone loves VD. The answer is MMCD. Philips and Sony Optical Disc was originally called Multimedia Compact Disc MMCD. There you go. Next question. All right. Upon hearing about the 2 competing formats, Allan E. Bell convened a group of computer industry experts to come up with a compromise and avoid a costly format war like the likes of VHS and Betamax. What company did Allan E. Bell work for? Sun Microsystems, IBM, Microsoft, or Apple? Take a poll of the room. Joe, what say you?
Microsoft? Actually, no. I'm going to go IBM.
He's going to go IBM. Tim says?
I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to go Apple.
Tim says Apple.
Microsoft, why not? Let's say Microsoft.
He says Microsoft. You want to throw in an answer, Ed? Google.
He says Google.
All right. Let's give the chat a second here. Sun, BCC, Sun Microsystems. All right. The answer, actually, Allan E. Bell was a researcher for IBM, Alameda Research Center. He heard about the competing optical disc formats when the representative sought advice for their file structures. So, I mean, people don't realize this, but like formats are a very important thing. Oh, Joe's got a cough. Formats are a very important thing. If you don't have consistency formats across different media, then things don't work. And last thing you want to do when you're creating a new optical disc is have only some people be able to use it, and other people will not be able to use it. It just destroys the marketplace. So, next question. Which company manufactured the first DVD player available in Japan in November of 1996? What company? Is it Toshiba? Is it Philips, Sony, or JVC?
I'm going to go JVC.
JVC says Joe. What say you, Tim?
I'm thinking Toshiba.
Toshiba says Tim.
JVC.
JVC says Chris. Ed, you said, what were you saying earlier?
Japan Victor Company.
Japan Victor Company, JVC. All right, do we have time for the chat? I'm going to keep using that stupid joke again. All right, the answer, I'm going to run through this, is the first DVD player was available, manufactured by Toshiba.
Darn.
SD3000. All right, last question.
Finally pulled out a win on that one.
I haven't been keeping track of who's winning. I don't think any of you guys. I think you have. You have two. All right, this is a fun one though. Within a span of less than 10 years, DVD completely replaced VHS. What was the last Hollywood film to be released on VHS? Is it Children of Men, Casino Royale, Aragon, or Borat: Cultural Learnings of America to Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan?
All right, I'm going to go Aragon.
Aragon says Joe. Tim says...
You know, I just got to go with Borat.
Borat.
I hope so bad that it's Borat. I want it to.
Did you ever guys, what say you, Ed?
Children of Men.
Children of Men. Did you guys bought the Borat DVD?
I have not.
It's hilarious. If you buy the Borat DVD, you open it up, and you're like, holy crap, did I get a bootleg version? Because it's like silver, and it's got like Sharpie writing on it.
It just looks terrible.
It looks terrible. It looks like there's a piece of tape on it. The answer, and let's see, anybody in the chat, Aragon, Borat, Casino Royale, people are going all over the place on this. JVC, that's another one.
A little too late back.
I think JVC was for the last question there.
The answer is Aragon. Aragon is considered by many to be the last film released on VHS on March 20th, 2007. 2007, that's the last VHS.
Yep.
Can you imagine that all the way to somebody?
You know how
out there.
hard it is to get a VHS player?
I know. It's insane.
Mean, if you look on Amazon now, the price is literally like $300.
Really?
Yeah, and then there's some on eBay, obviously, but like for a brand new one, it's $300. eBay, it's like all used ones for like $80 to $90 now.
Man,
it's crazy.
Well, that does it for our DVD quiz. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
I hope you learned a couple things about DVDs.
Yep.
And now it's the time that I'm a little afraid of.
Always
because we're going to see a little
bit of fear.
That weird ass chat thingy that's on that screen there. We're going to open up the questions to you guys now.
You out there.
Let's see that Q&A graphic, that a beautiful Q&A graphic.
The 5-minute Q&A graphic.
Yes. And cut back. Yeah, that's amazing work.
I love it.
That's like, I had no time to eat. Didn't have time to make it to the first show. Still didn't have time to make it for the second show.
Yep.
That's okay. I love the music good enough. All right, you guys. Questions from you guys. Now, we had one question from last show we did not get to, so we're going to get to that first. Tim, what was that question?
Right, so the one question we didn't get to last time, this was from Facebook by Micah Pendleton, and he asks, what filmmaker overall has defined this generation of cinema the most?
So we got that big old question. I remember having that question last time and thinking about it a long time, and I still never really
came with
an answer. You know,
well,
what you start? You go ahead and start.
Right, mine was J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Because he rebooted Star Trek, he rebooted Star Wars, he did Cloverfield Lane, and he's pretty much got
Super 8.
Super 8.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much had his fingers in a lot of other movies where he was more consulting and stuff like that.
Right.
And I feel like he's kind of created a paradigm of new filmmakers that kind of see the same view as him, really.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that is probably he's probably been the most influential. Like some might say Zack Snyder, or
yeah, maybe. It's hard to say because if you pick like a big famous one, like let's say the big one, Michael Bay. If you pick Michael Bay, and you very well could because he's made billions of dollars. Yeah, but for every Michael Bay movie, there's people that hate Michael Bay films.
movies. Yeah.
And I could pick Zack Snyder. I could pick Zack Snyder. For all people that love Zack Snyder, and I like some of his movies.
Yeah.
People that hate Zack Snyder.
Yep.
You know, and J.J. Abrams. People hate J.J. Abrams. Like everybody. Yeah. You hate. I mean, everybody's got. Well, and that's just the world we live in.
You've always got the balance for every positive compliment. There's always a negative.
You could kind of go back and say like Spielberg and Lucas were like the guys that kind of pushed filmmaking to what's
pioneered
considered.
Certain
well, they're
aspects.
It's the kind of the modern blockbuster style filmmaking.
Yeah.
And that it's like big, splashy kind of they call four corner tent pole filmmaking.
Yeah.
Just like it's just kind of generally everybody likes it kind of filmmaking. Though I think going that far back kind of like also negates the question because the questions is a little more That's more modern.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, it would probably be, for better or worse, it'd probably be Michael Bay, because just the kind of frenetic energy that he brings, the stuff he does. Even though I know a lot of people hate his movies, I'm not a big fan of his movie myself. But there's a kind of like that music. Michael Bay comes from music videos.
Yeah.
So it's like that music video style. I wouldn't say he's David Fincher. David Fincher's a lot smarter filmmaker, but it's that kind of that super kinetic energy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's where if I had to pick, but if I don't have to pick, and I hear the squeaking, isn't me, isn't it?
I think so.
It's my chair. Anyhow,
Yeah.
we'll survive it. So yeah, that's what we think. So do we have any questions from the chat?
One just popped up. Tim, can you read it?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of different ones. We got one that's a little bit on the political side. One that's a fun one, and then a couple of them more about filmmaking. Which one do you want to take?
Well, let's get the politics out of the way first.
Okay, the politics one is, what's your thoughts on the net neutrality debacle?
Oh boy, net neutrality debacle.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'll be honest with you. I don't really know that much about it, enough to really say exactly. I mean, So what happens when the internet entirely goes in one direction? All right, when everybody gets on one direction, I tend to look at the other direction, and I tend to say, well, why does the other side want this? And after doing some research, I'm kind of thinking, well, first of all, this is what I believe, that the whole debate about net neutrality is way overblown. That any of the bad things that are going to happen with net neutrality are probably way over. The internet's not going to end. You're not going to be charged every little, you're not going to charge $500 for a month unless you run a website like we do. I mean, you want to talk about hosting bills? Talk to me later.
There you go.
But yeah, I think the bad things are overblown. Am I really in position to tell you, like, okay, this is the way to think about it? Because I don't know much about the infrastructure of the internet, so I'm not going to really weigh that heavily, although I question the kind of single-mindedness about people that are pro-net neutrality. So,
I think just like with everything, you're going to see that there was some benefits for keeping it, and then there were some negatives for keeping it, and politicians are going to add good and bad on both sides, and most likely Congress will stop it. So, I mean, I feel like we probably won't move. There won't be any resolve either way. Congress will stop it. It'll halt, and then everybody will forget until the next time net neutrality tries to get repealed. So
the thing is, I take kind of a I forget, there's a word for it, but it's like a conflict approach to like history. If you look at history, there's one side and there's another side, and they're always battling it out.
Yeah.
So it's like the Force. One side can never fully win. Like, okay, pro-net neutrality people will come back and get the net neutrality back, and the people that are anti-net neutrality are going to win a little bit, and then there's going to be back and forth. It's going to be tug and pull.
It's always going to be a tug and war.
Yeah,
exactly.
Although I do agree, though, that ISP monopolies are not good, so we should do something about that. I think that's probably the more important thing, is how do we get so we have a more than one choice of where you get your internet from.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be nice, especially if we get rid of this stupid, like, oh, sign up and we get 12 months for this price, and then we slap you another bigger price when that's over with.
Yeah, yep. It's like, oh, hey, did you like that 8 months where it was really cheap? Nope, now it's back to
now it's back to
now we hiked it right up. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, hit us with a fun question.
Okay, here's another one. This is just more like a kind of a question about upcoming filmmakers. So it says, what would you say to, or any tips for any kind of up-and-coming filmmakers in today's industry, and do you believe that the industry is evolving?
I would say the industry is always evolving.
Yeah, the industry
it never just stays flat.
Yeah, so here's an exercise. Okay, this is a great exercise. Go to Google or whatever, and then Google a movie from every 10 years. So Google a movie from 1910, then 1920, 1930, 1940, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000. You'll notice that no two decades.
Yeah, two decades. There you go.
Right. No two decades are alike.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Like 80s movies don't look anything like 90s movies.
Yep.
So the movie industry is constantly evolving, constantly. So anybody that says, "Well, this is the death of Hollywood," it's always the death of Hollywood.
Yep.
Hollywood's always dying. Hollywood's always being rebuilt.
And they'll, you're always going to get those jumps ahead and all that and everything, and it's just going to keep reinventing itself.
Right.
And you know, maybe that upcoming filmmaker, maybe you'll write something that sets the next tone.
Right. Yeah. So the question was about what would I advise a young filmmaker, right? Starting out filmmaker. You have all the tools now basically at your disposal. You can, heck, we're doing a live show.
Exactly.
This is
right
ridiculous.
now we're doing a live show talking to all of you.
That takes a lot of tech, of course, to get to this level, and this is kind of like we're not. As you could see, we're not like super high level, but you have all the gear, you have all the tools. So you need to start making movies, and it's not about the tools. And I did a BTS video where I talked about what's the best camera. Just go out there and shoot movies, shoot 10 short films, analyze them, watch them, show them to your friends. Try to get them to the film festival. We got a plug for next course.
Yep, for the next course.
Yeah, but try to get this stuff out. Make stuff. Don't wait for other people to don't wait for Hollywood to come by and say, hey, you're hot shot. I'm going to put you in a $1 million contract. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, in this day and age, I mean, proof positive that we're on YouTube right now, you could get instant feedback.
Yeah.
You could write it, direct it, film it, edit it, put it up on YouTube, and have instantly someone yell first.
Yeah, and make someone and instantly have people make horrible comments about how your face looks like crap. But
you got so old.
Oh, I got so old.
Come on.
Anyway, we're just joking. Anyhow.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, make stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be afraid to make stuff, because that's really the problem.
Don't be afraid to get laughed at.
Don't be afraid. You know.
I mean, let it roll off your back. Make the next one. Let whatever comments, just absorb the good ones. Don't be afraid to take criticism and change and evolve yourself. Because as we said, movies and film is a constant evolution. Don't be afraid to evolve with it into the next step.
And I'll just get a little philosophical, but the whole thing to me is about storytelling. If you can master storytelling, and sometimes that's doing it through documentary, doing it through narrative film, doing it through experimental art film, whatever it is. If you can tell stories, that's what we're here for. We're here to tell stories. Yep. And that's the great thing about filmmaking. That's what makes it so exciting.
Exactly.
So that's a great question. Great question.
Tim, what other questions you got for us?
Okay, so I got another one which says, when will the cycle of remakes and sequels end?
Never. It will never end.
Joe just nailed it. All right, History John going to thing again, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's time for more history. Yeah. So how many times did what's that? Ben-Hur? How many times did Ben-Hur get made?
3.
Quiz question. How many times did Ben-Hur get made? Anybody know? 2?
I have absolutely no idea, John.
7.
Wow, 7.
Ben-Hur has been made 7 times. There's there's a movie that predates the first there's a 1912 movie that everyone knows, or 1920. And there's a 1912 version. There's a 20 version, and then William Wyler did the famous one in 50. Got remade. Was it last year?
Yeah.
And there's 3 or 4 different cartoon versions of it.
Yeah.
So,
okay. There you go.
Yeah, remakes. Did you guys know that The Magnificent Seven had a sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that they had 2, I think. And it wasn't,
I only knew about the first one.
It wasn't Magnificent 8 either. Although it should have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, sequels, remakes, they're with us forever. The thing is, man, go out there and try to find movies that are original and support them and celebrate them, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of sitting around bitching on Twitter about how crappy sequels are, sometimes they're good. There's a lot of great sequels out there.
There's a lot of great sequels.
Godfather 2 was a good sequel.
But yeah, I mean, if it's something that you're absolutely against, just don't go watch it.
Just don't go see it.
And hopefully that data will track, and then they won't make the next one.
And then go out there and spread the word about good movies that are original that you like.
Oh yeah, always. If you find something you love, especially in a movie, go out there and tell people about it. I mean, by doing that, you're getting your voice out, and it's not in a negative way. It's in a positive way. People take positivity or a positive outlook way better than a negative.
I just wrote a blog posting of Filmmaker IQ. Basically, I love the winter season is awesome. The winter season is like the new summer season to me because that's when all the good movies come out. I call them the adult movies because it's and it's not just I love Marvel movies. I'm not so crazy, but DC they're okay. But I love the Marvel movies. I enjoy them. That's fine. But I want to see some dramas and I want to see some comedies that aren't stupid comedy. So winter is a great time because all these great Academy Award winning movies are coming out.
Yeah.
So my kind of thing was if this winter, if the only movie you see this winter is Star Wars, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, we joked about
go
Coco.
see Star Wars.
We joked about Coco, but it's an amazing movie.
No, the funny thing is, I'm the one that saw Coco.
I know, I haven't
And you're
even
the one that
seen
hasn't seen Coco, but you did the joke.
I'm going to see it.
Coco was an amazing movie. It's I cried. It was really good. So support original films. Yes, go see Star Wars. I admit, you know, if you haven't, probably people in chat probably already seen it, and you're probably debating it right now. I think half of you guys are debating it. But yeah, see Star Wars, but see something else too. There's a lot of great movies opening up this Christmas that are going to be fantastic. So,
yeah.
Anyhow,
all right.
I got a tech question, and I want to get Chris in on here on this too.
Boy.
Somebody asked, "Are red cameras worth it?"
All right, so this question needs to go to Chris, because Chris actually works with red cameras. I only work with Canon and other stuff like that. So Chris, take it away.
I'll echo John's sentiments here, which are that the camera doesn't matter. It's all about story in general, with lots of exceptions. But of course they're awesome. I mean, they look fantastic. A whole bunch of movies are shot on them. Area Alexas are amazing. But, you know, as far as independent filmmaking, it doesn't matter what camera you're using at all. I mean, just make the story. Use your phone if you have to. That's all I got to say.
Bravo.
Thanks, Chris. That was awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, if you recognize Chris, he was on our blocking video. He helped us shoot the blocking video.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy. And knows his camera stuff. And he does work with red.
Yep.
I do not. Because I can't afford them. Not even close. So, anyhow. Any more questions there, Timmy?
Yeah.
Oh, there's one right there.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge, and I'm still waiting for my paycheck. Anyway, the next one I've got is, what was the worst movie you saw with really good redeeming qualities? So maybe the...
Wow.
Wait, what? Say that one more time?
So the worst movie that you saw overall, but it still had really good redeeming qualities to it.
That is a really good question, actually.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
All right. This is the first thing that popped in my head. La La Land. La La Land has some great stuff in it. It does have some good. It has some really good stuff in it. I just didn't. There's this part of the story that bothered me. The characters bothered me, but there were some really good things in it. I mean, music's pretty good. It's got. I think I wrote in a review. It has an earwormy effect to it. It's like eating candy. It's like, oh, I shouldn't be eating this candy, but it's like, so good. But it tastes good. It tastes good going down. Yeah. But it's candy. So La La Land for me, again, you know, you guys can like La La Land, all that. I just didn't do it for me. What about you?
Honestly can't think of one right now that like I'm really just going like, oh, it was a movie I'll never watch again, but it had good redeeming qualities to it that I might.
You know what's scary though in Hollywood movies is that most of the time the redeeming qualities, it was exposed properly.
Yeah. There you go.
What about you guys? You guys want to chime in on that one?
Yeah, anyone over there got one?
I mean,
well, nothing from Michael Bay, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I was actually gonna think of like Transformers movies or something. I mean, you look at the CG and like the amount of money that goes into those movies. That's a lot, and like you said, it's changing the industry. I just didn't really find them super engaging films for me personally. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
All right, the first Transformer movie had some wasn't great, but had redeeming qualities that made me want to watch the second one because I thought it was going to get better.
Oh no, that was a bad idea.
That was a terrible idea. No. But
third one though,
third one was it was all right.
I don't know, man. This is just not my kind of movie. So it's like it's an amazing amount of work.
Speaking in the same vein of bad movies, somebody else asks, "What's your opinion on The Room?"
The Room. Okay, good.
Okay, there you go.
All right, I watched The Room. I had not seen it. I've seen the clips. I had not seen it. I watched it for the first time about a week ago, and I thought, it's actually okay with a lot of really, really bad parts in between. Like to me, because having been to like film festivals, you kind of see that kind of movie at film festivals a lot. Yeah. Although they're not nearly as bad in those parts.
One person on there had a really great one though, and I don't want to cut they were asking about the Academy Awards being. Do you think, or all of us, think that it actually represents what the people really enjoy?
Of course not.
Yeah, no.
No.
But I like that one because I was like,
it's a good question, but no, of course not.
That's a great question. It's easily kind of answered, but I was like, oh, that is actually a really good question.
They haven't reflected popular taste for like 30 years now.
Yeah.
It's like
to qualify that, John, what's an example of a film you thought that got wrongly snubbed? That should have been.
Okay, the famous one is 72 with Godfather, but I would argue, but Godfather is kind of an example where the popular taste and Cabaret won that year.
Yeah.
Cabaret beat out Godfather. But if you watch Cabaret, it's a movie that Academy voters love because
Yeah.
it's got all the things that Academy. It's got the artsy stuff. It's got it's edgy, but it's also artistic. It's about show business kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas The Godfather is more of a traditional mafia, crowd pleaser, if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
right? But that's kind of, you see that divergence of, I think Star Wars, the original Star Wars actually was nominated, I think, for best film. I might be wrong. The comments, I'm sure, will rip me
I'm
apart
sure
for
the
that.
comments will let us know.
Well, but the last film that was popular was the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Number 3. That won Best Picture. What was it called? The King's third one.
Yeah.
Return of the King. Return of the King. Yeah.
Well, there's another question on here that kind of dovetails with that. Bob Cummins has been dying for me to ask this is, what are some of your favorite movies?
Some of our favorite movies.
Now, he doesn't say from this year, so I guess it could be from any time. What are some of your all-time favorites?
I'm in love with, I love Kubrick, so Doctor Strangelove's the top of my list.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of recent. Right now, I'm on a kick. Right now, I love this movie called "The Sweet Smell of Success." That movie, if you check that one out, this dialogue is so delicious. I wish I could write like that. It's so well written. Check that movie out, Sweet Smell of Success. Tony Curtis and
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange is another great one.
Creepy, but it's so well, just I don't know, pacing and stuff that it feels like it goes really quick.
All right, Tim, what's your favorite movie?
It's hard for me to say. I mean, I remember as a kid, I really, really loved the original Star Wars trilogy, and I've been kind of bummed out with the later additions to the series. But we talked about this before, about how maybe I'm just being a grumpy old man, and it's not fitting my tastes. So I'd probably have to go with the original Star Wars as one of my favorite
What happened
movies.
to Tommy Boy?
Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy was a close second. Okay, Chris Farley at his finest, like Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. I'm all about that.
I just have to. I always like to need Tim like he like Tommy Boy
because it's a great movie.
All right, I'm not going to argue because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But Joe says it is a great movie. I will take your word for it. A Tommy Boy is.
All I say is the scene in The Office is absolutely hilarious.
How about Chris? Do you have a favorite movie?
I can't say I have a favorite, but I have a soft spot for Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
Gladiator, okay.
And also Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. It's kind of my, guilty pleasure.
All right.
Very good. Ed, do you have a favorite movie? Braveheart from Ed. Awesome.
The Crow. Brandon Lee. The Crow.
Brandon Lee. I have not seen that one.
One where he died. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
There's so many. You could sit here and probably we could all just keep going listing.
Yeah, that's the problem with favorite movies. I don't
Giovanni here's got a good one. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
If someone was like, if you had one movie
really
you
good
could
one.
watch it over and over again, what would it be? I have no movie like that.
No.
I could not say there's one specific
All right,
movie.
I think we have time for one more question. Let's do one more question.
Okay, well, the final question that's going to close it out, because it's on the desk, I have to ask this. The eternal battle, Porgs versus Ewoks, who wins?
Oh my gosh.
Ewok.
That's a great question. Ewoks would win in a fight, yes. Yeah, Ewok would win in a fight.
Or just
But which one's your favorite? Do you like Porgs better than Ewoks?
Yeah, because if I've ever needed a small army of teddy bears, like Ewoks, what if all these things are going to do is get eaten by Chewbacca?
Yeah. Oh, spoiler alert. No, that matters. I kind of like the Porgs because they are modern and cute, and Ewoks will just eat you, and Ewoks could potentially could potentially cannibalize you. But
yeah, I guess that's true.
I kind of like the Porg. I'm digging the Porg.
Yeah, I just don't see them doing anything.
No, they don't do anything. They're like pets.
If you need entertainment, yeah, definitely.
It's like Star Wars said, hey, that Tribble episode from Star Trek.
Yeah,
let's steal that.
Let's steal that, but let's bring
make
them
him
in.
Cuter and
and
that'll be it.
And we'll put them in the Millennium Falcon.
All right.
Oh shoot!
I think that runs us out of time here. Great questions from everybody. I think that brings us to an end. It's time to close the show. If you got more questions for us, we are having office hours. It's a private question and answer session only for Patreon members. Now, usually it's a $10 a month thing, just for $10 a month patrons. But it's Christmas, so we're going to open it to everybody. Everybody that's on Patreon gets to come in, and we're going to do that
to hang out with us.
Yeah, hang out. Friday, December 22nd, 11 a.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. We bounce the times around all the time to see who can make it, because sometimes people can't make,
Yeah, we want to try to be able to accommodate people who can't always make one specific time.
Exactly. Well, thanks again to thanks to our sponsors, thegreenroom.io, and I want to thank Joe, I want to thank Chris, Tim, and Ed who are here to help us out. And with that, I think it is time to break the fourth wall. And with that, we come to the end of the show. And really the end of 2017 as well. It was a crazy year. We had major triumphs, we had major heartaches, we had ups and downs, joys, excitement, and sadness. I used to come to the end of every year thinking that, oh, thank God that year's over with. But really to think that 2018 would be much different than 2017 is kind of foolish. Every year brings with it its ups and downs. So we can be a little melancholy at the end of the year, but let's not forget the way we grew and the way that we improved and where we are at this point. And then let's not lose hope. Let's not lose the excitement that the new year promises. We've got a lot of exciting things at FilmmakerIQ.com. We're going to start the year off with a course on what to expect from a short film at a film festival. So I'm going to give you guys some advice from my experiences at short film festivals, which are really a fantastic thing to get involved with. And we've got a new studio series that we're trying to launch, and that will be available probably late January, maybe we push it into February. I really have high expectations for this. I really want to get this one right. So we're going to take our time and really do it right. I want to send out a very special thank you to our sponsors for this show, thegreenroom.io. You guys are fabulous for helping us keep the lights on in this place and bringing a little bit of cheer and maybe some education to the filmmaking community. We really appreciate it. And you want to check out that Film Fund for 2018. What a great way to start the new year with the Film Fund. Check that thing out. It's really cool. With that, I want you guys to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Consider becoming a patron on Patreon because we've got a lot of cool stuff over there, including behind-the-scenes materials. I'm going to send it off to my friend, Sexy Sax Manny, to close it out for the end of the year. Merry Christmas, my friends, and have a happy holiday. We'll see you in 2018. Bye-bye now.